All right, we are live. Hi, everybody, whoever is listening us now live or will be listening in the recording. My name is Rita Bord. I am a co-founder of SunGates Center, a health coach and spiritual guide to guys. Oh yeah, that's what happened usually. That's fine, we're good. So those are spirits, they're talking to through us. And today I'm so exciting and nervous at the same time because first time at SunGates Center, SunGates Radio on YouTube, I have guests, amazing guests. They're like angels in front of me. Giancarlo and Manuela, which they are founders of Chrystalline Angels International, spiritual teachers, psychics, mediums, channelers, quantum healers, holistic counselors. And hello, guys. Hello.
Hello. Hello there. Hello there. Hi.
Hello.
You too.
And I have one more guest who is actually experienced their modality, the new modality A.Q.H. And he disappeared. Okay, he disappeared. He'll probably get back soon. But let's start with you guys. And how about we start from some kind of beginning? We don't know where his beginning is, but from your childhood. Maybe we start with you, Gian. How did you know that you're different? Was your childhood? How did you experience those psychic gifts?
Well, you know, it's a long story really, and very rarely I talk about that aspect of myself, even to my students, even to my clients. I don't really share out often this aspect of myself really, because, you know, like people to discover certain things, which is in a certain way, life that makes us understand that life is a mirror to mirror, what can I say, what we are invited to understand within ourselves. But yeah, why not? Yeah, let's talk about it. And I was born, yes, I have to admit, with certain gifts. But, you know, on the other hand, who isn't born with gifts and talents? We're all born with gifts and talents, by the way. And we just have to discover them, break down all our false beliefs and our, what can I say, and our negative patterns, you know, these illusions that we have absorbed all within ourselves from the external environment. But anyway, let me go beyond. Well, I have discovered to have a gift that I personally like to call multidimensional vision and awareness, because that's how it started. And then after that, other gifts arrived. And since my childhood, you know, I was just capable of seeing, or what can I say? Yes, seeing partially in its three-dimensional perspective, things that arrive from other dimensions, or even parallel dimensions that interact with our dimensions. And practically, it was an everyday aspect of my life. You know, I was just walking down the road and suddenly beings from other dimensions, or even objects, buildings, and even, what can I say, vehicles just appeared from nowhere in the sky or in front of me. And I was clearly convinced that what I was capable of seeing, everyone else was capable of seeing. But it wasn't really like that. And what can I say, this gift, what can I say, caused me some trouble in my childhood as well, until I was a youth. Because I was even constantly interacting with these parallel dimensions, interacting with these beings, like now as well, I keep interacting with them. And I didn't have, what can I say, some sort of control on this gift. It was just there. It was just my way of being. And I was just sharing these things out. And even at school, you know, I was really in deep trouble for this. And, you know, when, especially with teachers as well, and, you know, when teachers were teaching certain concepts according to the age of children in kindergarten, for example, I was, you know, what can I say? I was already into other types of concepts. For an example, let's say that kids had a kids had certain homework to do, or had certain things that the teachers told them to do, like, okay, let's draw a circle and put your favorite colors in that circle, but you know, I was already, what can I say, into sacred geometry and superstrings and interpreting a multidimensional reality of life on a piece of paper, for an example, okay? And yes, I was considered an anomaly for the school system. And while I was going on with my life, yes, I had even many other gifts opening up, like clairvoyance. Well, this is a part of the clairvoyancy. When I'm talking about multidimensional vision, this is a very deep perspective and aspect, an advanced aspect of clairvoyancy, of course. And of course, even I'm into mediumship because, of course, when we contact the other dimensions, there's even the spirit world, of course, where our relatives pass by. And yes, I've had this capability even of mediumship, for an example, and being a psychic. So, you know, I feel the energies around, and I just give them, and I just permit through my channel, for my open up channel, a way to experience these energies and to interpret these energies in a comprehensible way as well. Okay, so I feel the energies, I feel the energy of people. When people just sit in front of me, I just capture their energy, and then bang, my multidimensional vision opens up and I see what's going on all around them as well.
So you see pictures and you feel the energy. That's how you, okay, right.
Yes, and it's all the movement as well, because, you know, when I see the energy of people, I can see people opening up like, what can I say, a universe, a cosmos, with all the dimensions opening up in front of me. And, you know, I usually like to see each person like a universe or a cosmos telling its story, you know, like the entire story of the cosmos, expanding itself and just showing itself through each one of us, because, you know, we have the cosmos all within each other. We are energy. We are all multidimensional. So when I see a person, I just see the soul of the person in its multidimensional perspective. So it's a soul reading in the end. And when people are ready to come to me, I just share out this information. And yes, we are very trafficked indeed, and we don't even realize it.
Beautiful. Can you share a little bit your experience in the military? How were you able, with all the visions and feeling the energy being in the military?
Oh, wow. Well, that was a certain period of my life, really. And yes, I still try to figure out why I chose to do a certain amount of years in the military. It's still a mystery, really, but, you know, there's a purpose, there's a divine purpose, okay? And what can I say? Yes, since I was a youth, I was quite conditioned on, you know, making my family happy and being proud of me. So yes, why not? I enrolled myself in the military, and I stayed there for, and I worked for the military for quite a lot of years. And while I was in the military, I was still using my gifts, okay? Using my gifts. And at the same time, I was studying counseling. So I obtained even a bachelor degree in counseling in the military. And what can I say, the higher hierarchies noticed those gifts. And in the end, I ended up helping veterans. I ended up helping personnel in the military environment. And I even had a certain job on, what can I say, escorting even high-ranked prisoners as well. Yes, and that was one of my jobs as well. It was a very dangerous period of my life. But, you know, I wasn't really that common military police guy just escorting those high-ranked, what can I say?
Prisoners.
But I empathized with them. And each time that I met them, the experience that they had with me was very highly it was a highly, what can I say, profound experience. It was therapeutical, really on spiritual and soul level. And, you know, when they just entered in contact with my energy, they just opened themselves up like a lotus flower, and I could have clearly seen their soul and discover the light within them. And from there, I was capable to communicate with them on the highest of levels, of course. And that was a really, really beautiful experience, seeing the beauty of life in a human being on the perspective of what we can see through the vision of our soul, which is that multidimensional vision, to discover partially what life can be about through these people as well. And this is a very, very strong experience. That was a very amazing experience for me. And even I was able to change the lives of many of those people as well. And psychologists that were working in those highly, what can I say, in those high security detention centers knew what I was doing. And these people, those prisoners, were talking about me to these psychologists. And then in the end, they called me, and I became part of their team, and we started together innovative approaches on how to really help people really trapped in a deep state of, what can I say, in a very deep negative unconscious state of being, how to help them to break free from these patterns and to discover their authentic self and go forward in life in the end. Bring out the best of themselves through their authenticity, okay? Breaking through all those negative patterns. And yes, it was a very, very good experience.
This is very unique experience and very touching, because you were able to impact lives of so many people and make it better. Can we turn now to the beautiful angel sitting by you, Manuela, your wife, right, and the partner, and well, she's like an angel. She's so beautiful, and it's so glad. I'm so glad to meet and see you. Can you share a little bit of your childhood? I understand your mother was a medium also. So how was the environment that you lived in? How did it impact you?
Hi Rita, thank you so much. Hi everybody that are here with us. I'm so happy and grateful for this opportunity to share, and for me was a gift to meet you, because you two are a wonderful soul. You and Joe that is connected with us tonight for you, because for us it's day.
Yeah, it's midday.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't tell everybody that you are in Australia. It was written in every post, but yes, you are in the middle of in Montreal, where you are in Australia.
In Melbourne.
Melbourne. Okay.
Yeah. We are in Melbourne, and yeah, I would express all my gratitude, all my happiness to be here. And yes, my mom has a gift, and but she wasn't consciousness. For her was normal, because she works a lot of here in a hospital, like a nurse, and her characteristic was that she can feel the sickness and the diagnosis to the patient before then the doctor, the medic know it. Okay, and for her was normal, and she is a very sensible person. In my case, I was a very reserved kid. Since I was child, I lived in my world with the unicorn, because I have been around me a lot of beautiful creatures like fairy, unicorn, and angels. And I remember that I didn't like play with the other kids, because the other kids don't understand me, and in particular when I was teenager, they bullish me. They put me in a what can I say? Sorry if sometimes I ask to Gian to translate me, because I spend a lot of time in Italy, and I'm very sorry, but I should practice more my language.
No problem. Your language is good. We have another language too. We feel the energy, and everybody who you're teaching, I'm sure they feel the energy. So just don't worry about your language. It's fine.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I completely agree that the language of the art is the same for
universal. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, mi hanno messe da parte.
Well, they isolated her.
Yeah, isolated, and I suffer of this. And there was a part of my childhood that I spent more time with the animals, because in the animal I found it my world, and I closed completely the door with the human being. When I was sometimes happen in my life, especially was two important things that changed completely my life. The first time was here in this place in Australia in the year 2005, when I met my root and my Aboriginal spiritual family. Mm-hmm. It's a long story that I hope in the future I will occasion to share with us. But the only thing that I will say now, that was a big gift for me, because during one meditation, in particular one meditation when Gian played the didgeridoo is a sacred musical instrument, Aboriginal. I saw one Aboriginal man that told me one name. That name was A.Q.H. And in that moment start this adventure that bring me from Italy, because in that time I lived in Italy, and bring me in the opposite part of the world here in Australia. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I met a lot of people, a lot of coincidence, but we know that the coincidence don't exist, and put me in the condition to find this person, in particular one man. His name is Aboriginal man, is Nara Bulgan, that I discovered was my father in a past life. And he bring me and Giancarlo in a special sacred place, and in this sacred place we have been one initiation. I remember that was one of the most important moments of my life. When I come in this sacred place, that was one month time, I start to cry. I don't know what's happened. It's very difficult to express with the words the emotion that I proved in that occasion. But when I come back to Italy, all changed in my world, in my life. And my deeper desire was to come back here, in this place where I have been my roots. And all changing me, because all the gift that was being inside me and sleep, wow, in a very fast way, wake up. Mm-hmm. I started the same things that Gian felt. I started to read the thought and the soul of the person. I started to see the beloved in the spirit world, and a lot of things that changed completely my life. For me, it was very hard, because I was scary. I was disoriented, and a lot of people that was with me, they ran away, because they were scary too, because a lot of people are not ready to hear the
witness. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was normal. I was ingenuous, and it was normal. Meet one person and said to one person all the things that come to me. And I was desperate in that period. The only thing that I would like was come back here, but wasn't the right moment, because in that occasion I met a lot of masters that helped me, and the angels sustained me and give me the right way. But there was another one episode very, very important for me that signed my life because to come in this way, and was the sickness, because in the year 2011 I have been a very, very, very bad arthritis. Was one genetic arthritis, and the doctor don't have been the solution, the care for this. I remember that they prescribed to me 6 months of cortisone, very, very strong
hormone. Yes.
And they don't know if this protocol go well or not. I remember that I spent 3 months completely immobilized in the bed with a lot of pain. My right leg was like this. And in this period, in that period, I was very desperate.
So you recovered. You recovered now. You are good, in good health now. What helped you?
Was the angel that came to me. I remember the Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael is the healer, and told me, trust, you will come back to work, because my more scared was don't heal and don't walk again. And in that time, we with Giancarlo, we do the ballroom dance competition. We was good dancer, and we have been a lot of competition. And my deeper desire was to dance again. And he told me, don't worry, trust. And he told me to. He told me the right care to do. In this case, I chose to not apply the traditional care, but the holistic care. And I understood that for heal completely our body, we should operate in all levels that we are built, because we are not only body. We are energy. We are emotion.
Of course.
And was this the key that opened me the door for the healing? And was in this occasion that channeling the A.Q.H, this very powerful method that changed my life and changed completely our life.
We're gonna go back. To this method. What's going on? Some maybe Joe, check if you have Joseph.
Yeah.
Just cut whatever you're here 2 times. Just close your another window.
Yeah, I don't know why the one window.
Can you just disconnect for now? You come back.
Yes, I'm gonna attempt that now.
Because that's extra. It just kill the sound. Okay, so it was not really an accident that you guys two meet. Can you share the story? How did you meet? How did you get married? I mean, not exactly get married, but your boss has a gift. So probably God brought you together. I'm sure angels. How did it happen?
Nothing happened for a case, and I have the same opinion of you. But our history is very funny, because when we met the first time, we met for a date in 4 people. My friends.
You want to tell that story? That's an issue.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Because after this story, you will discover one aspect of Giancarlo very, 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 very important. Okay, go.
Okay. Well, shall we jump to the A.Q.H?
Okay, all right. If you that sure.
No, the fact is that when I was young, since I was a youth and entering the adult life, I've always been a very closed and reserved person, okay? Especially for what concerns socializing, what can I say, in the everyday terms of life. You know, I was very reserved and very shy as well, especially shy towards the feminine energy, okay, of life.
Okay.
But women, okay. So I was usually generally a lonely person. Okay, I wasn't really that type of extroversial type of man. Okay, so what happened is that the first time that I met Manuela, I was very shy indeed, and I didn't really want to go out anyway or do anything, because I was with this friend of mine that he just pulled me by the leg. Come, because you have to help me. Because why do I have to help you? Why? Because I've got this. There are two girls with me, and I'm on my own, and I need your help. And he was a really good friend of mine. But I told him, what help can I give to you? You're okay. Just enjoy. You don't need me. But then he just bribed me, and then bribed me. He was very impulsive. You know, he's the classical northern Italian guy from the area of northern Italian guy of German origins. Okay, so very impulsive character, and you know, and I said, okay, then why not? Okay, but you know, I was very timid. I was very closed, and you know, I didn't know what to say, and you know, she thought that I was a person that wasn't really interested in her, and she had other ideas on me. Okay.
Yeah, the first time that I met her, I say, oh no, this chef, no, I don't want to see him again. And in the end, I married him, and now it's 20 years that we are together.
Yes, 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah, 20 years. Be careful if you say, I don't want no more see this person, because the risk that you married him or her is very, very high.
She thought that I was snobbing her, but it wasn't true. I was just quiet and timid, and that's all.
Yeah. But the funny thing is that after this date in 4, me, my friend, he his friends, past 6 months, I tried to run away to him. After 6 months, we date again with a big group of person, and love come.
Wow.
And, we stayed together for 1 year. After 1 year, he came to my mother's house, and the first time that I met him, I was being different, because I have been a different look, brown hair, and Richie.
Curly.
Curly. And the time that I met him, I was blonde with the hair like this. And when he saw this photo, the old photo of me with the brown hair, he said, but do you know this girl? I thought in myself, he joking. It's a joke. Yeah. No, true, because he don't recognize me. Mm-hmm. He don't recognize me. I was the same person, but he don't recognize me.
All right.
I don't know. It must be the Mandela effect.
Yeah. When he was in his parallel dimension, he's completely.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's jump into the channeling your healing modality. In the new one is A.Q.H, how you call it, Angelic Quantum Healing. How did you come up with this modality, and how is it going so far? I understand people enjoying it.
Well, let's start that. I decided to call it Angelic Quantum Healing to give it a more simplified name, and to give it a more welcoming feeling, okay? Something that, a method that gives a feeling of a person, that gives the feeling of embracing a person, okay? So, but you know, it's the combination of the science and spirituality, okay? Because you know, in my spiritual research, I've always even embraced the scientific approach in terms of frequency and energy. So we're talking about quantum physics, of course, okay, and the multi-dimensions and etc. 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 It's a very long argument to expose right now, but you know, my challenge has always been throughout my life until now to combine these two aspects, these two perspectives, science and spirituality together, okay? And of course, when we go into the scientific environment, there's lots of controversies towards the holistic approach. When you go, for an example, into the environment of what can I say, the classical psychologists, okay, yeah, they've got their scientific approach. And when we're talking about counseling, where in counseling, we can have a more holistic approach and a more, what can I say, alternative approach to what mental healing and psychological healing is all about. Well, yes, there are some controversies, okay? It's always been that way. But I've always tried to combine these two aspects together in the terms of energy and frequency. And I've always been questioning my guides as well. And, you know, my guides are very particular, and they operate, well, I can just call them the Metatron collectivity, okay? Because I've always been attracted to the Archangel Metatron, and I've always had these guides that I call the Metatron collectivity. They are the dispensers of multidimensional knowledge. And I asked them, listen, help me to find a vision where I can combine the two things together in a very simple way to make it understandable for everyone, to make people understand that in reality, spirituality has always been the paradox of science, and science has always been the paradox of spirituality. So it's the same thing. They're just two sides of the same mirror in the end, okay? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And suddenly, bang, this method came out, A.Q.H, after, you know, a lifetime of research combining the two aspects together. And the raw, what can I say, way of calling this method is transdimensional quantum healing, okay? But then I thought, yes, it's too, what can I say, raw, too stone cold. So why not call it A.Q.H simply, Angelical Quantum Healing? And what is it all about? Well, I believe in a concept that I personally like to call the divine singularity, okay? And what can I say? This concept has been even already shared out by a colleague of mine, okay, that likes to combine science and spirituality. And I'm challenging this concept of the divine singularity, where practically we are simply the infinite, okay, confined in infinite spaces over and over again, made of the illusion of time and space. But how we see life, how we're educated, is only according to the perspective of time and space, which is the surface of what reality can truly and deeply be, okay? And now we're talking about the multidimensional perspective, which is in relation to the infinite, confined in infinite spaces made of the illusion of time and space over and over again. And that's the infinite energy of the vacuum. That's the infinite energy of the spirit that we can call God, Allah, whatever. But this is, what can I say, the raw, primordial, infinite energy of creation that we can even call the quantum point zero field, okay? Mm-hmm. A.Q.H guides us into the mystery of this concept and brings us into the power to tap into this energy and to refine it, okay? Through what can I say, the frequency or the frequential energy of gravitational waves, okay? And how does this work? We have to, it invites us to discover the multidimensional structure of time and space within ourselves, okay? Which I like to call the divine tesseract of life, which is the flower of life, which is, what can I say, a way to call the Metatron cube, okay? And A.Q.H helps us to discover in a very simple and deep way the mystery of this aspect of ourselves, which is the multidimensional structure of the soul, the matrix of creation that the spirit uses to transcend and manifest itself in infinite ways that we call life, the way we know it to be and the way we don't know it to be. So in very simple words, when we learn to master the method of A.Q.H from the very first level, we are capable of tapping into this energy from within on our human scale of existence and attracting it on its macrocosmical scale of existence within ourselves, and to transcend this energy and to refine it into a very powerful energetical frequency for healing and for activation that adapts itself according to the energetical state of the people that receives this energy. And yes, it is a very, very, I've noticed, it's not because I've channeled this method, but it's a matter of fact that it is very powerful indeed, and it works in a very rapid way, and it doesn't only heal people. It's not only a question of cleansing. It's not only a question of, what can I say, people that need a daily healing and cleansing after 1 week or after 1 month. That it's a question of that the energy arrives, it profoundly cleanses, it heals, but it reawakens people, it activates people. Because through A.Q.H, activation codes arrive that I like to call vectorial activating codes that works on the electromagnetical field of the DNA, reprogramming the DNA not to receive information from around and absorb from around, but to start to receive information from within, the authentic state of being, from the source itself. So we are working directly with the source that refines itself on multidimensional level through certain frequencies that we can call angelical or archangelical frequencies, or frequencies of the light beings, to help people to reawaken themselves in the end. So it is a next step. So we're not talking about healing anymore, because healing is kindergarten. We have to realize now that the perspective of healing should change. We're starting to, A.Q.H teaches us to discover our perfect template from the very scratch, where we are source. And what does source do to manifest itself and to define itself through time and space? It creates a field, a quantum field, the quantum field of creation called the soul, which is the primordial electromagnetism of the cosmos, which is multidimensional. And the source transcends, refines itself, and then manifests itself into life on all dimensional levels. And this is what it's all about. So where is the healing in the end? Do we truly need healing? We are trapped in the illusion of us needing healing, but we have to bring back ourselves into the state of the authentic awareness that we are source, we are perfect, we are the perfect template, multidimensional template of creation. So it's all about awakening now, okay? And it's not all about help, I need help. It's all about knowing who we are and reawakening ourselves. And that means mastering ourselves, discovering ourselves as the masters of creation in the end.
Well, that's all sound very, very interesting. I'm sorry to don't mean to be rude. It just so interesting, and there is so much into it. And we're definitely gonna be back to talk more about it on our next programs. I just wanna say our listeners that we just started. And we're gonna broadcast very often, maybe twice a week. And I want all our listeners to subscribe to the channel so they know firsthand when we are live, because we're gonna not just talk about the A.Q.H, you not me, you'll be answering questions in the channel through for people. So we're gonna have a show of our future programs. But since we have another guest here, Joseph Montalvo, who actually introduced us and who experienced this modality firsthand, to share his experience. What did he really feel through this course? And hi, Joe. Nice to see you. Nice to know. So can you share a little bit about what you experienced?
Yes, it's been quite a ride. These two, I think it was not a coincidence the way we met. Just ran into them in a random location in New York City. Went to their free little introduction. And, I had to exchange contact information and get them to Illinois. But when they came down and they did their A.Q.H, when we did the one-on-one session, I did that with them. And I did the level 1 training with them as well. And, John has talked about, too, people reporting that it will, it can also complement what you already know, what you already practice. And prior to A.Q.H, I had studied in Qigong and Reiki. And I have noticed, for example, with the Reiki energy, you know, people, they always say they feel the heat coming off your hands. I never felt the heat coming off my hands. I feel the heat coming off my hands now. Throughout the training, when we're going through it, he's explaining stuff, and then he takes us through these activating meditations. I mean, it seems like an understatement. It's very powerful stuff. When we come out of it, you know, we sit there and we're just basking in it, and it's like we have to try to bring ourselves back down to earth because we go way out there. And you know, I was personally experiencing a whole lot of synchronicity after that. Just a lot of things just falling in place. And discussing it with other people taking the class, you know, we were all having the same experience. And but we were going through such a change as a result of the, you know, the training, the activating, you know, meditations. It just it just changed so much, you know, so rapidly too.
So what you had, it was level 1, right?
Right.
There are more than one level, right, Gian?
Yeah, there are 4 levels, okay? And this is just level 1, okay? And level 1, you're already a level 1 practitioner, of course, and you're already capable of using the method in accordance to what is taught in level 1 to help many people. And you've already got a very powerful instrument, okay, by the way, that arrives from the higher dimensions. And then there's the level 2, level 3, and level 4. And the level 2 is the intermediate quantum vector healer. So there's the level 1 quantum vector healer, the level 2 intermediate quantum vector healer, the level 3 advanced quantum vector healer, and the level 4 master quantum vector healer. Okay. And quantum vector, because, you know, A.Q.H is based upon the unifying paradigm of the holographical vision of existence. Okay. And, you know, when we start to tap into the holographical paradigm of existence, yes, then we are mastering time and space. We can change the paradigms of the lives of others as well. So it's very powerful indeed. And when we're talking about the first level, we're just mastering this method, okay, through, what can I say, the divine tesseract of life, how to manifest it from within or activate it from within, okay, which is in the thymus, okay. This is the high, it's because this is, we're going to, through this method, we will understand the deep mystery of the higher heart chakra, because this is what is starting to manifest within ourselves. And we're going to master the characteristics of ourselves in these terms and use it as a very powerful means of energetical cleansing, healing, and activating process. Thereafter, there's the level 2, where in level 2, the method is furtherly refined, okay? Because in level 1, you're working directly with the source and the energy, okay? The energy of the Metatron collectivity, the crystal energy, the masculine energy of the cosmos on its highest level, and the feminine energy of the cosmos on its higher level, okay? In level 1. The feminine energy, I personally like to call it the energy of Mary Magdalene, by the way. This is my personal perspective. And in level 2, the method is further refined, where we're going to start to work on the various dimensional spectrums of the angelical and archangelical energies. That's the level 2, which will further refine the already powerful level 1. And then there's the level 3, which will then put us into a deeper way. Sorry, I can't. I'm a bit stuttering right now because I'm in front of in front of a camera. Sorry about that. There's the level 3 instead that pushes us further on into the holographical paradigm. Okay, so we're going to study in a deeper way the holographical paradigm of existence in level 3. So that means that we're going to use A.Q.H to learn a method that I like to call multidimensional microcosmical activation and healing. And what is it all about? We're going to learn to, what can I say, project our consciousness on microcosmical level in the holographical structure of the person, and what can I say, spread out the light and reprogram the person on that level and help the person to awake themselves on that level. And thereafter there's the level 4, which is very, very intricate indeed, and we're really going deep into the mystery of holographical multidimensional surgery, where we're going to learn the chakras in a totally innovative way, learn to discover the etherical astral body, which is the holographical template of existence, in an innovative and very deep way, and learn to know in a deeper way what the soul is about, and to separate these forms of existences and work on them singularly in, what can I say, in the divine tesseract of life that becomes our healing space and a vehicle, even to travel to remotely use this method wherever it's needed. So yes, these are the 4 levels, explained in a very, very raw way.
Okay, we'll go over it again and again, I'm sure, in our next programs. I just want to share the good news that Gian and Manuela are coming in Chicago to SunGates Center to teach and have one-on-one session in February. We're gonna have more information posting. Just follow, tune in, and I'm so really excited about you coming here and share with us your gift and share the new modality that you channeled. I'm sure there'll be more and more people interested because people are waking up, and it's good time to share and present this, because we need healing and we need awakening, and we need people to really be into the source and be the source ourselves, as you really great mentioned it. So presentation on January 31st, and then we're gonna have one-on-one healings and sessions. In the real training will come on February 10 and 11, but all the information will be on our page, on our website, and on Facebook, everywhere. So thank you so much, guys. It was great to talk to you. Thank you, Joe, for bringing us together, and we'll enjoy and the healing.
Yes.
Thank you, Joe. Is there anything that you want to add, Joe, to whatever you said? There more to anything else you want to share with us?
It's gonna be ready for a really fun, wild ride, and it's gonna be great. I can't wait till they come back.
All right, so you're gonna have level 2 there in Quad City.
Yes, okay. We're gonna have level 2. So since then, it's very structured. So we're instructed to practice and study it.
You had your homework.
Right, we got our homework, and I'm getting better. So I'm ready to show these guys when they get back. What what they taught and how I'm doing, and to see how I'm progressing, as well as to get more pointers on improving. But I'm glad that they're going to be coming up your guys' way. So
great, super. Okay, is there anything you want to share? The last word for today?
Yeah.
From both of you.
Oh, thank you so much for the deeper of her heart. We can wait to come to Chicago and to share, to meet all of you in person, and we love you. We love you so much.
Yes, and what can I say? I'm very emotional in front of the camera.
Okay.
And I can say thank you very much as well. I feel so honored as well. And I'm so happy that A.Q.H is just creating, what can I say, a beautiful web of light. It's just spreading out, and we're just guided. And And I'm feeling so grateful for this occasion, really. And thank you very much, Rita. You're really great, and you have a really beautiful energy.
Yeah.
And we're very honored.
Thank you.
To come to your, let's call it a beautiful temple in Chicago.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Great, super. We're going to continue our program, so I'm not saying goodbye. Even maybe in a week or two, we'll meet again and we'll talk more and share more information with our listeners. And it'll be a live show because you definitely can channel to people and answer their questions. So it'll be interesting. All right. Thank you everyone who listened, and stay tuned to our next programs. Bye-bye.
Bye, Rita.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
You can guys stay for a while.